everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do PREUSSEN versus Christopher Colombo. We got Nura Mackie, we got Flammable Cannoneer, Diverting Drill Bits, Reaching Out XXL, and Paint Them All. And then we have Testudo, I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyway, Aiming System Mod 1, Steering Gear Mod 2, Concealment System Mod, and Main Battery Mod 3, Epic. Loadout, you can go with Enhanced Secondaries, or you can go with Spotter or Fighter Plane. And we have Epic Battle Booster, Standard Camo, and then the Hector Flag. And then Survivability is 80,000, Torpedo Damage Reduction 31%, Fire Resistance 32%. Main Battery, you have the 381mm 50 caliber 1934. You got 4 turrets, 4 guns in each, 19.2 kilometer range, 29.2 second reload time, 34.6 second turret traverse, 1.8 shell grouping. Max range vertical dispersion is 120.2 meters, and then horizontal is 200.3 meters. Medium max range vertical dispersion is 40 meters, horizontal 66.7 meters. Max HE shell damage 5400, muzzle velocity 880 meters per second, 24% chance to set fire, 64 millimeters of armor penetration. Max AP shell damage 11,070. Muzzle velocity is a little bit lower, it's 850 meters per second. Armor penetration at point blank range is 814 millimeters. At max range, it's 463. Minimum ricochet angle 50 degrees, guaranteed 65. Fuse timer 33 seconds. Fuse arming threshold 64 millimeters. Secondaries, you got the 90mm 50 auto 1939, 12 mounts, 2 guns in each. 6.8 kilometer range, 6 second reload time, 1 for the shell grouping. Max range vertical dispersion 398.1 meters. Horizontal is the same. Medium max range vertical dispersion 238.8 meters. Horizontal is the same. Max SAP shell damage is 2,000. Muzzle velocity is 850 meters per second, 26 millimeters armor penetration. Minimum ricochet angle 70 degrees, guaranteed is 90. Then you have the 152/55 caliber auto 1936, 6 mounts, 3 guns in each. 6.8 kilometer range, 8.5 second reload time, 1 shell grouping. Dispersion is the same as the 90mm 3800 SAP shell damage, 930 meters per second. Muzzle velocity 42 millimeters of armor penetration. So minimum ricochet angle 70 degrees, guaranteed is 90. And then we'll go over to the AA. Your 90mm is a dual purpose, so you can use it for AA also. 142 damage per second, 4 kilometer range. The 37mm 54 Beretta 1939, 8 mounts, 4 guns in each, 152 damage per second, 3.5 kilometer range. The 20mm 70 caliber Beretta 41 is 20 mounts, 6 guns in each, 171 damage per second, 2 kilometer range. And then you have the 37mm 54 caliber Beretta 38, 8 mounts, 2 guns in each, 152 damage per second, 3.5 kilometer range. Maneuverability, 28.4 second knot top speed, 960 meter turn circle, 14.4 second rudder shift time. Engine spool-up time is 23 seconds. Reversing is 11 seconds. Engine power multiplier speed threshold, going forward is 7 knots, reversing is 9 knots. Concealment. We'll get to concealment here in just a second. Sorry, getting a little bit ahead of myself. For detectability range by sea is 13.6 kilometers. After firing main guns, it's 19.2. 15.6 when the ship is on fire. Detectability range by air is 11.4 kilometers. After firing main guns, it's 19. When the ship is on fire, it's 14.4. Guaranteed is 2, and then while firing in smoke, it's 10.9 kilometers. The armor. On the bow, you have 50 millimeters of armor underneath, and then you got a 32mm deck bow on the bow, and you got a 32mm bow with a 60mm armor plate, and you got a 38 200mm armor plate right behind that, which is the Citadel. And then in the stern section, you got a 50mm bottom, same as the bow. 32mm stern deck, 32mm stern, and you have that same 60mm of armor belt, even though you can't see it here. I'm not too sure where it's at. And then you have that same 38 by 200mm of armor in between. Sorry. Torpedo side plating, 38mm. Superstructure on the top is 19mm. The conning tower on top is 200mm. The bottom of it's 100mm, and the sides is 400mm. And then the side plating of the whole superstructure is 19 by 100mm. And then we go to the casemate, which is the midsection of the whole ship. The deck is 25 by 50mm. In the rear, no, it's the front, sorry, 70 by 200mm. The armor belt is 60 by 375mm. You should be able to angle and bounce any shell. Except maybe Yami, you might have problems there. And then in the rear is the same. It's that same 70 by 200mm. The turrets, top plate, 200mm armor. Rear plate, 380mm. Side plate, 254mm. Bottom plate, 100mm. Frontal plate, 406mm. Barbette hatch, 100mm. And then the barbette armor is 330mm by 400mm. In the citadel, you got an armored deck that slopes, 25mm. Citadel bottom, 50mm. Torpedo bulkhead is 50mm. Citadel deck itself is 40mm. And then citadel in the rear is 38 by 200mm. In the front is 38 by 200mm. Guns of plenty, a high number of guns allows for a lot of damage from a single salvo, full circle, 360-degree turret rotation, and then you have exhaust smoke generator. A large battleship that embodies the Italian shipbuilding achievements of the early 1940s. The ship is armed with 16 15-inch 381mm main guns and a strong secondary battery. Year design 1945. And then we have Prussian. Of course, we're going to go with Azure Lane, Prince Heinrich. Inspirations, Andrew Cunningham, Azure Lane, Colorado. Flammable cannoneer, gyrating drill bit, marksmanship, Heinrich's Hunt's Punch, and Fight Fire with Fire. And then Payment System Mod 1, Steering Gear Mod 2, Concealment System Mod, and then Main Battery Mod 3. And then on the loadout, we're going to go ahead and go with Observation Seaplane. And then you also have sonar. That German sonar is good, 6 kilometer range, Epic Battle Booster, Science Titan, and then German Unity Flag. You got 95,200 hit points, torpedo damage reduction is 25%, fire resistance is the same as Colombo, 32%. Main battery 457mm, 52 caliber SKC 34. 4 mounts, 2 guns in each, 21.2 kilometer range, 20.9 second reload time, 28.6 second turret traverse, 2.53 shell grouping. Max range vertical dispersion is 112.5 meters, horizontal is 187.5 meters. Medium max range vertical dispersion is 26.6 meters, horizontal is 44.4 meters. Max HE shell damage 5,450, muzzle velocity 810 meters per second, 45% chance to set fire, 114mm armor penetration. Max AP shell damage 16,928. It's pretty good. Muzzle velocity is 810 meters per second. It's the same. Armor penetration at point blank range is 857mm at max. It's 519mm. Minimum ricochet angle 45 degree. Guaranteed 60. 33 second fuse timer. Fuse arming threshold 76mm. Secondaries, you got the 128mm, 61, 10 mounts, 2 guns in each, 5.4 kilometer range, 4.6 second reload time, 1 for the shell grouping. Max range vertical dispersion is 249.8 meters, horizontal is the same. Medium max range vertical dispersion 149.9 meters, horizontal is the same. 1500 HE shell damage, 900 meter per second muzzle velocity, 5% chance to set fire, 32mm armor penetration. Then you got the 150mm, 4 mounts, 2 guns in each, 5.4 kilometer range, 8.6 second reload time, 1 shell grouping. The dispersion is the same. Max HE shell damage 1700, 875 meter per second muzzle velocity, 8% chance to set fire, 38 millimeters armor penetration. And for the AA, pretty good. You got the dual purpose 128s, 105 damage per second, 4.5 or 5.2 kilometer range. You got a 30 mil, 6 mounts, 4 guns in each, 103 damage per second, 3 kilometer range. You got the 55 millimeter, 4 mounts, 2 guns in each, 118 damage per second, 5 kilometer range. Then you have also more 55 millimeter, 6 mounts, 1 gun in each, 126 damage per second, 4.5 kilometer range. And then you have the 30 millimeter, 4 mounts, 2 guns in each, 69 damage per second, 3 kilometer range. Maneuverability, 28.8 knot top speed, 1050 meter turn circle, 15.5 second rudder shift time, engine spool up time is 23 seconds, reversing is 11, engine power multiplier speed threshold 7 knots, reversing is 10, concealment 13.9 kilometer, detectability range by sea 21.2 kilometer, after firing main guns 15.9 when the ship is on fire, detectability range by air 11.7 kilometers, after firing main guns is 20.9 kilometers, when the ship is on fire it's 14.7 kilometers, guaranteed 2, while firing in smoke it's 16. Armor, you got a 50 millimeter bow underneath, and you got a 32 by 50 millimeter deck on the bow, 32 millimeter bow, and you got a 60 millimeter by 120 millimeter armor belt on the bow, 220 millimeter armor plate in between, 50 millimeter stern underneath, 32 by 50 millimeter stern deck, 32 millimeter stern, 120 millimeter armor belt on the stern, and then you got that same armor plate in between the stern and the rest of the ship, 200 millimeters torpedo side plating, 38 millimeters of armor, the superstructure 19 millimeters on top, the conning tower on top is 100 by 220 millimeters, on the side it's 150 by 400 millimeters, and then the side plating of the whole superstructure is 19 by 150 millimeters. And then for the midsection of the ship, you got 150 millimeters of armor in the rear. In the front, it's 150 millimeters. And then the armor belt's 150 by 380 millimeter. And then the deck is 50 millimeter by 150 millimeter. As long as you're angled, you're good in this ship. You'll bounce any shells that people shoot at you. This is a well-armored ship. I really like it. Top plate of the turrets is 180 by 240 millimeter. The rear plate's 480 millimeters. The side plating is 220 by 300 millimeters. The bottom plate's 75 millimeters, so the turrets can get knocked out easy. 480 millimeters of armor on the frontal plate. Barbette hatch is 175 millimeter, and then the barbette armor is 220 by 380 millimeter. The citadel is a little bit above the waterline. In the rear, it's 200 millimeters of armor. The citadel bottom is 50 millimeters, and the front is 220 millimeter. Citadel deck is 150 millimeter, and then torpedo bulkhead is 45 millimeters of armor. I love this ship. It's one of my favorites. PREUSSEN, I think you pronounce it. I hope I didn't butcher that. Big guns. This ship is armed with high caliber main battery guns, tough, above average base HP rating, superior AP pen, above average AP shell penetration. Early World War II lessons led to revising ships under construction to enhance the horizontal armor while keeping the draft at 11.5 meters. For operations in the shallow waters of the North Sea, a triple bottom and more watertight compartments were able to withstand underwater explosions. The main guns were upgraded to 18-inch 457 millimeters, significantly boosting the firepower. Later naval focus shifted to submarines, resulting in the halt of construction of new battleships. Year design 1945. This ship is a beast. This was a campaign ship, so if you missed it, hopefully they'll bring it back one day because it is worth it. And then the first game, we're going to start out with Colombo here in a full lobby. We're doing this in training room to show you which one's superior in public matches if you were to go into one, how much damage you can expect to do to ships if they ain't angled, or basically the overall performance of the ship, basically. And then we're going to do a one-on-one between me and Colombo and AI and Prussian, and then me and Prussian against Colombo and AI. So I hope you enjoy this video. We're going to be on center here, and I'll show you what this ship can do. It can do some damage with them 15-inch guns. You wouldn't think so at legendary tier, but it can, because you have so many of them. And you would think that 1.8 shell grouping would be a problem, but it's really not. Colombo is actually a really, really good ship. It's got good secondaries. It's got the smoke generator that comes in handy when you're in trouble. But as long as you stay angled, you're perfect. You can rush in and brawl, just as long as you don't give them that broadside. And just keep an eye out for torpedoes, because this ship and Prussian are hard to turn. And another bad thing about Colombo, it's got those 360-degree turrets, but they turn really, really slow. So if you're going up next to somebody trying to death strike them, I wouldn't expect to unless it's Yamato, because the turrets turn that slow. And here's BA Montana. Let's go for a super structure shot, see what kind of result we can get. All guns on target. 2,000. Well, 3,813 damage. Not too awful bad, but that's pretty bad. It's that dispersion, skinny target. But let's throw some more shells at him here in just a sec. And here we go. Let it reload. Sorry for the lag. Let's go for another super structure shot. Still not a very good result. We're up to 8,000 damage. There's Gearing. Let's take a shot at him. If we can get the guns to reload, that is. Or I might just let my teammates finish him off. But in the actual match, you probably want to focus on it, even if you're in battle. Okay, let's go super structure this time. See if we get a good result. Yes, we did. 15,000 damage. 26,612 total. See, these are pretty powerful guns for just being 15-inch, but it's Italian 15-inch, so they have group pinning. They do pin. Secondaries are just chewing them up. Shooting down planes. 31,000 damage just from secondaries from 26,000. Pretty good. 45,000 from that superstructure shot on Montana. But you'll see here, this is what I was talking about that turret traverse being god awfully slow. And the turrets are easy to knock out in this ship also. See, look how slow it is. One shot, we got, what, 3 citadels? That ain't bad. And then we'll let the secondaries finish them off, hopefully. Yeah, see, I'm getting pummeled right now. I made a mistake coming through the center. Goodbye, Montana. My teammates finished him off. And then we have Maine behind us. Let's see if we can't get a few good shots on him. Hopefully get this fire out. Now he's angling a little bit here, but I was trying to go through the back cheek. No dice. He wasn't over-aimed enough. I did get some penetration, but most of them shattered. Or ricocheted. Let's get these guns reloaded and give them another shot. And there's a good result. Just one citadel. That should have been 2 or 3. Because that's how you death strike a main. You aim under the second turret right there in the front. There's one more citadel. Still didn't death strike him, even though I had a bunch of shots on target. Try to shoot this one down. There we go, we got him finished off. 180,000 damage, I believe it was. Let's see. 173,000, my bad. That's Colombo. Let's get to Prussian. One of the best ships in the game, the best German battleship, that is. Well, legendary tier. I don't know, it's pretty tied between it and Schlieffen. I like GK pretty good too, but I like Prussian better because it's more accurate. You can build GK to be accurate with the same build I have on Prussian. Hang on, let me go look real quick while we're going up the middle here. Specs, same commander, 2.23 shell grouping for GK, so yeah, I would say that I'd say Prussian's more accurate. And then Schlieffen, I have a completely different commander. I have it built for secondaries because they will absolutely chew ships apart. But between Schlieffen and Prince Rupert, I pick Rupert because I like it a lot better. And what do you guys think about this new update coming out? You guys gonna get Rhode Island? You gonna get the cruiser? One of the cruisers? I mean, they all look pretty sick. I forgot how to pronounce that name of that Russian cruiser. It's got 380mm guns. They're legendary tier. It's got super heals, so that will help. I mean, I really like my Siegfried at tier 7. It dominates. And then I like Stalingrad, I like Kronstadt and Alaska. So hopefully this is a really good ship. And it's got bigger guns, so that actually helps a lot. See, I'd like to get both of them, Rhode Island and the Russian cruiser. That'd be actually pretty sick. Here's Delaware. Let's go for a superstructure shot. Yeah, look at that shell grouping. This is why I love Prussian. Yeah, 5,000. He's done, so they can get a very good hit to the superstructure, or the flight deck, I mean. There we go, that's more like it. 12,000, 480 damage so far. And look at that reload. With main battery mod helps out a lot. 20-second reload on them monster guns. I think with these guns being bigger caliber, like as far as length, I think it should have the same penetration as the auto, in my opinion. What do you guys think? Because it is 52 caliber instead of just a regular 50 caliber or 45 caliber like Vermont and Georgia. So I think Prussian should be able to penetrate 32mm and above. But that's just my opinion. You guys might think different. Ooh, hello Ohio. Watch this, guys. Just watch. And waterline during that second turret. Boom. One Citadel. Let's see if we can't get another one. I don't have Ohio, I'd love to get it, but in my honest opinion, I think Prussian might be superior. But I've never played Ohio. I hope I get it someday. Ohio's, yeah, 2 Citadels with that. Love that accuracy. See, Ohio's a whole reason I started playing Warships, but I didn't have money at the time, I wasn't working. So I wasn't able to get it, but I hope I can get it this holiday update out of a crate or something. And that's a ricochet. That robbed me. The shells was too close to the water, I guess. Warship's follow-up shot to finish him off. Oh, look at that shell grouping. Love it. And bye, Ohio. Up to 136,000 damage. My secondaries have been eating up that Delaware. Now watch what I can do with Montana just by going superstructure shots. You'll be amazed. Ready? Oh, 1 second. Yeah. I'm going to let teammates finish him off. That's annoying. Ooh, look at that. I think that's 15,000, up to 167,000 just from superstructure shots. This ship is a beast. Them secondaries are working too, but they're not long range. That's the only downside. You could use Henry J. Howard's too, and look at the hit points, and it's still pretty accurate. It's like 2.23 or something. But yeah, we'll just eat up that superstructure. We're up to 190,000 damage. We'll finish him off with this shot right here. Bye-bye, Montana. Yeah, look at that. Now we're up to 203,000 damage. Now let's focus on this Alaska over here. I mean, the turrets don't rotate too awful bad. I mean, I've seen a lot worse than this, to be honest with you. There is a lot worse in the game. Turrets first, last, Colombo's first. I think the American battleships, like Tier 5, look at that 10K, just from the back turrets. Yeah, the American battleships at the lower tiers, I think they're like 40 seconds or 60, something like that. It's god-awful. And then Warships can go for that superstructure shot. Boom. That's a big chunk. 235,000 damage already. And we can't get a shot on Louisiana or Worcester. So we'll finish this Alaska superstructure. Let's chunk him again. Yes. One more shot and Alaska's out of here. 252,000 damage. Yeah, you can absolutely dominate in Prussian if you have the right circumstances and a good team. Just bye-bye, Alaska. Look at that shell grouping. This ship's just awesome. 262,000 damage, and let's take care of Louisiana. We're going to be aiming for the flight deck on this, but I still get a good result. Oh yeah, look at that shell grouping. Smack. That's a pretty good little chunk, 270,000 damage. And we're going to catch him in that turn, and we're going to finish him off with this next shot. We're going to lead the shot because we know he's turning. And we're going to go superstructure again. Goodbye, Louisiana. And we end the match with 280,000 damage. So, I mean, it's in your honest opinion. Which one would you rather have, Colombo or Prussian? I mean, I wish they'd add this ship to the bureau so people could get it, but you can get Colombo anyway. I really like Colombo, so this is a hard one for me. But if I had to pick one, it's probably Prussian. Some other people may have different opinions, and that's okay. Here's a one-on-one between Colombo and Prussian. You'll see it absolutely dominate. Prussian will. I believe this is the longer fight. This like took 5 minutes. Colombo against Prussian, me and Colombo. Versus AI, it took me 5 minutes to defeat him, I believe. But when I was in Prussian, I think it took like 4 minutes to take care of Colombo, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see here in just a minute. I'm really excited for this Christmas update. What about you guys? Did you all get everything you wanted in the Black Friday update? I hope you did. I got everything I wanted. I got all the new Black Friday ships. I didn't get any of the old ones that I sold and regret. That's another piece of advice I have for you on this game. If you really want to unlock a tech tree ship, don't sell your premium ships to buy it. Just go ahead and grind the money because it's not worth getting rid of your premium ships. Because you can actually use the premium ships to get more credits each match. Say if you average 100,000 a game or something like that and you win, you still get 400,000, 500,000 credits. But let's say you don't do that, and you average maybe 50,000, 60,000, and you lose, you still get 200,000 credits in the premium. And the higher the tier, the more money, except tier 8, you lose money. So I'd stick to tier 7 and lower premium ships, honestly. Your best result is to go to tier 5 and just grind. You can make all kinds of money there with premium ships. Warspite's good for that. West Virginia's good for that. Look at that. Superstructure shot, 30,000 damage already. Oh man, I love Colombo. And we're reloading. These took a fair bit of our health too. Not even doing superstructure shots. 73,400. Well, 70,043 now. See? These chunkies. Superstructure again. Yeah, pretty good result. We chunked him again. We're up to 40,000 damage. We're gonna get into this circling match now. Let's see who can outturn who here. And here comes that horrible turrets first, like I was telling you. But you remember what we seen on Prussian? Yeah, there's a good superstructure shot. Took a big chunk out of him. But you remember what we found out about the armor on Prussian in the specs sheet? His citadel is above water, so we can aim right at his citadel and whack him. Even though I don't do it here, I'm just saying you can. But we did chunk him pretty good. We just need to get a citadel. But yeah, you can citadel Prussian because he's above the waterline, the citadel is. But Colombo's is below the waterline, so it's hard to citadel unless it's further out and you do plunging fire through the side of the armor, and yeah, you can citadel it, or you can go through the deck and citadel. I have with Yamato and I have with Prussian before. Ooh, there we go. And he still ain't gone yet. Let's see if we can get another shot to the superstructure. We're gonna blow that up for side fighting. Yep, there we go. And now on to Prussian versus Colombo. Here we go. But yeah, like I was saying, don't sell any of your premium ships, you will regret it. Or any of your campaign ships, for that matter, because you'll never get them back. But I wish they put like Ohio and Prussian and ships like that we all got to miss out on. I wish they'd put them in the bureau. And then like the other campaign ships like Schroeder and stuff like that, I wish they'd put them in the store so you could buy them for like global XP. Or even put them in the forge. I mean, that'd be pretty cool if they put all the past campaign ships in the forge. Or put them available for global. Because see, I'd like to have Brandenburg. I've been wanting that ship for a while. I'd really love to get it. But I thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me today, watching this video. Hopefully when we get a little bit bigger, we can get a better setup and I can do live streaming and stuff like that for you. We can do ranked and we can do standard matches, and you guys can join me if you want to. I also need help making these videos too, so I don't have to go up against AI like this. If any of y'all want to help me make the next video, you can help me out in training room by playing the opposite ship. That way it's a better video. Just comment down below if you'd like to. And I'll invite you whenever I make my next video. But yeah, I'm trying to shoot into that smoke and maybe hit him. Or bait him into shooting at me so I can see where he's at. I aim too far over, I should aim center. Yep, too far over. But watch this next shot. Dead on the money. See? I mean, even though it did bounce, I still shot where he was at. He got a pretty good chunk on me. He got like 10k right there, or 11,000 I mean. Let's go ahead and shoot him in the superstructure. Pretty good result. 17,000 damage. Yeah, see, his armor's just way better on Prussian. Now we're going to try to get to his broadside so we can try to get a citadel maybe. We're going to take all of his health for sure. But see, that's the thing, he's turning with me, so it's going to be kind of hard. There we go, that's a pretty good chunk, 22,000. If we can get these turrets to rotate, come on. And shatters, of course. Even though he's not running. That's a little bit better. Let's wait until he goes broadside again. Should've went superstructure, but I didn't. There we go. There's a good result. We got some penetration up there. He's going even more broadside. And of course it hit the water and most of them shattered. And sometimes you get overpins too, which is insane with battleships. There we go, that's the result we were looking for. And let's finish him off. We'll go with the superstructure shot. Or no, wait, he's healing. Okay, yeah. Superstructure. That wasn't enough. Oh, almost. Say that. Just enough to stay alive. But we'll finish him off with this shot. See how much more damage Prussian does with plunging fire through the superstructure. Until you get shots like that, overpins, of course. We'll finish him off right here. Thanks for stopping by. Please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for stopping by and watching my video today.